Welcome to the High Rankings podcast, brought to you by Dispensary-Growth, the preeminent SEO agency for dispensaries. Each episode will dive into the world of search engine optimization for cannabis dispensaries. We'll discuss the latest strategies and tactics to help your dispensary rank higher on search engines and attract more patients and customers. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, join us as we explore how to maximize your online presence and stay ahead of the competition in the rapidly growing cannabis industry.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of the High Ranking podcast with your favorite co-host, and then, Liam. We are on episode 61 this week, and we are going to be talking about the user experience of your dispensary website and why it's important. But before we dive into that, let's catch up with our exciting lives. What's new in your world?
Well, at time of recording right now, Trestle is less than 2 weeks away in opening. I bought my season pass the other day. Trestle is a bike park at a resort here in Colorado. It's at Winter Park. Mm-hmm. So bought my season pass yesterday, got the bike tuned up yesterday, just to make sure, I don't, ruin myself on a mountain again this year. Make sure the equipment is up to spec. So that's good. Avalanche are obviously out of the playoffs. However, a Canadian team is finally back in the Stanley Cup playoffs, Stanley Cup finals, which is fucking awesome. So everybody knows, people need to realize how good this player is in Edmonton. He's a freak. He is so freaking good. He is incredibly good. He's like the next Wayne Gretzky. And he's not that frick teammate that tries to bang your girlfriend or wife. He's I've heard he's a good dude. He's great in the community. And it's awesome that Edmonton is in the Stanley Cup finals. They're playing the Florida Panthers, which I'm sure you already know. You're in Florida.
I thought we didn't have a team left for some reason.
The Florida Panthers. Tampa Bay was eliminated, I think, in the first round. Maybe second round. But they gone.
Yeah.
Their dynasty is kind of coming to an end. But yeah, it's awesome that Edmonton is in the finals. Just for the game of hockey, it was definitely a nail biter. They got in couple nights ago, just down to the wire. They won by 1 goal. Yeah, it was in Edmonton, which was really awesome. The crowd was standing the entire game. It's only in Canada does that happen. They're standing in warm-ups, and place was buzzing. So that was cool. That was a great game to watch. What else? Yeah, back in the gym. Shoulder feels better. I need to rehab a little more before when Trestle opens, it opens a couple days before Father's Day. So I was planning, I didn't realize that Father's Day was that Sunday. Trestle opens on a Friday. The subsequent Sunday is Father's Day. So I'm not going to stay there for a week. I'll just stay there for a night or two. And then buzz back down for Father's Day and then probably stay that next week or at least a couple nights down there. Get some good laps in. Got some buddies coming into town. You met Joe when we were in Chicago.
Yeah, I like Joe. He's good people.
Yeah, he's cool. So he's coming down. His mom lives here in Denver, and they currently live in Grand Rapids. Him, his wife, his 3 kids, they currently live in Grand Rapids. So he's coming to Denver in about 3.5 weeks, and we're planning a little Trestle stay. He's bringing his mountain bike, so that's cool. And these long nights, sun goes down at 8:30 p.m. here in Denver. At least it's still kind of weird. I like going to the gym at night. I'm a gym night person. At night, 8 p.m. So when I leave the gym, the sun is still up, which just kind of throws me off a little bit. But getting used to that. So yeah, other than that's been my jam lately, gearing up for Trestle. Yeah, I haven't really been playing much hockey lately. Just been on the bike.
Yeah, so. I'm surprised. I really thought you'd be, well, I guess because it's summer, maybe. I don't know.
It's so hard on your body. Hockey, your adductor, abductor, your groins and everything. It's so hard on your body. Now that I'm, early 30s. It's no bueno. So, biking is mountain biking, downhill. I do downhill. The hard part about that, other than the extremely expensive equipment, there's bikes 20 grand plus. Hard thing about biking is if you crash, and you will, because it's part of the sport, you really fuck yourself. It's bad. Break bones, tear shoulders like I did, concussions, break legs. Yeah, it's just not good. It's part of the sport, progression, etc. That's like the toughest part of the sport. So anyway, yeah, that's what I've been into. What's going on in your very hectic and busy life? I say that extremely sarcastically.
We went boating at the weekend. It's just so nice out there. I like it when it's hot in the Gulf. Nobody else does. I like it. It was 88, it was almost 89-degree water temperature the other day. And I like that, but everybody else likes it cooler. So whatever. So yeah, so we went boating at the weekend, and then what else? Me and one of the kids are going away in a couple of weeks, so trying to get ready for that mostly. I have to put one of my dogs into the border. I have to put the Frenchie into the border because
Into the what?
I have to board my Frenchie. I don't have to board my other dog because she is a sweet, sweet baby angel. The Frenchie, on the other hand, not so much. And also can't really leave her for that long. And also don't want to have to make anyone else be responsible for her. So I'm going to put her in with the border for a few days so my husband can work, because obviously he works full time. And then he's going to break her out of there before we get home, because we're gone for like, I don't know, almost a week or something. And then when I get back from there, so the weekend before we go, so I have my husband's birthday and Father's Day, like boom, boom. So that's happening. I have already got his gift, so I'm at least organized for that. And before you ask, it's a GPS radio thing for his boat. I don't know. Hopefully I got the right one. I'm not sure. We'll see. Yeah, and then when we get back
a wrong GPS unit for a boat?
It's a radio. So he can go offshore. So he wanted a specific type of radio. There's a million different radios out there.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a million different types. So I think I have the right one. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but if I don't, then he can take it back, I guess. I don't know. But then it still has to be installed. So it's not like this radio alone was like $400. I don't really understand. I'm sure there's a reason why it needs to be that expensive. I just don't know what it is. So yeah. And then when we get back from the trip, then my friend's, her birthday's coming up. So we're going up to Weeki Wachee, which is like, it's a river that is fed by natural springs. So like in the winter when the water's cold, it's always 72 degrees. It never drops below there. So when it's cold, the manatees will come and they'll stay in there so they can stay warm. So we're going up there to do some floating and stuff. So I got some plans. I have some plans. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually have plans. Oh, and then I found this really cool. It's a bookstore, but it's books, vinyls, and coffee, which is everything me and our kid love, because she's a vinyl girl, I'm a book girl, and we both love coffee. So I found that store in Tampa. So I'm going to go out there probably tomorrow and hang out there for the vibes.
That's cool. Good restaurants nearby?
Yeah, probably, because it's like Tampa. I mean, Tampa's got some really great restaurants. So yeah, honestly didn't think about looking at restaurants, but I probably should.
There's a place like that here in Denver in Cap Hill. Well, you don't come to Denver, but an area of Denver called Capitol Hill, like near downtown. And there's a place like that, and there's some pretty good restaurants nearby there.
I feel like me and Kelsey went and ate there.
Perhaps. Wait, how long ago was that?
The first time I came to Denver, so years ago.
Years and years. Okay. Yeah, so there's a pizza place around there. There's a vinyl record shop around there.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like trendy, right?
Couple bars. Yeah. There's a vegan restaurant, a really good vegan restaurant, actually. It's very good. That's in that same neighborhood. Anthony lives over there, actually. He doesn't live too far from there.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a cool spot. Cool vibes.
Yeah.
If you ever decide to come back to Denver. Oh, yeah, I sent you that picture of Nothing But Thieves, and we were out on Friday. I got bundled on Friday night. Me and my girlfriend, we went out with a couple of her friends, and every time, like, they're awesome. Like, they invited us up to Breckenridge.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and super cool, but man, they can drink. I can't drink like they can. I was like, Andrew, like, you're a cool dude, but fuck, like, every time I see you, like, I black out part of the night. I don't
I forget my own name.
Yeah, like, jeez, man. Like, I don't really drink that much, so my goodness gracious. He showed up. We met them after dinner. He walks into the Choppers. You remember Choppers?
Yeah, I remember Choppers.
Yeah, so we were there watching the Rockies game. He has season tickets, and they were on the road. and he walked in. He was already like hammered. It was like 7:30.
Jesus Christ.
He already had like 5 white Russians. Like, jeez, man.
White Russians. Damn.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. So that's the kind of night it's going to be. All right. Anyway, super cool people. We were talking about the top. Oh, here's a question for you before we move on. And I have my list here. Top 5 90s action movies. We got in like this hour-long discussion, and we were.
You're asking the wrong person because I'm not a movie person.
Oh my God, you don't like anything.
And I also am firmly in the camp that Lethal Weapon is not a Christmas movie.
Lethal Weapon or Die Hard?
I mean, Die Hard. Sorry, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
We didn't talk about that. Die Hard did come up. That was on his list. My list.
Yeah, I'm not a movie person.
I'm not even surprised.
Okay, what was on your list then? I'll tell you if I've even seen them.
Matrix.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
The first. You've never seen the first Matrix?
No.
All right. Anyways, Matrix is number 1. Number 2 is Speed.
I have seen Speed, and I've seen Speed 2, and Speed 2 sucked balls, but Speed was good.
Yeah, I bet Speed 2 is. Speed was so good. The first one. Yeah, Keanu Reeves. And is Keanu Reeves in the second one?
No. The second one's a boat, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that sounds right. It would be a boat. So 90s. Okay, Matrix, Speed, Terminator 2.
Haven't seen it.
Jesus Christ. The Fugitive.
Was really The Matrix a 90s movie? Is that long ago?
Yeah, it was like 90, I would say it's 98, 99.
Okay, The Fugitive. Okay.
Fugitive, banger. I didn't kill my wife. He's like standing in that.
That's a true story, though. That's why I know that movie.
The Fugitive is?
It's based on a true story.
Harrison Ford?
Pretty sure. Let me check myself.
Saw that the drive-in fam. Then we saw it on VHS Blockbuster.
Yeah, it is true. It's based on a true story. It is. Yeah. Okay.
Fugitive, and then the last one is Heat.
I've never even heard of that.
Heat, basically like a heist movie. It's like Dane Cook says, which actually is not far off. I didn't think he was a great comedian, but he was very spot on when he said every guy likes a good heist movie, and that's pretty accurate. Heat is pretty good. It's got De Niro, Al Pacino, Val Kilmer. You would recognize it. Well, no, actually, no. I feel like you would. Like at all.
What's the one with their surfers? Is that a 90s movie?
Oh, that's with Val Kilmer and Keanu Reeves? Yeah.
Point Break.
I think it's an early 90s movie, I think.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm looking up action movies from the 90s. You don't have Bad Boys on there. I don't know what's wrong with you, but that was a great movie. So
yeah, but it's not better than Matrix or Speed or Terminator 2. Terminator 2 is like one of my all-time favorites. Bad Boys is good.
Day?
Yeah, that's good, but it wasn't. That's not my top 5.
These messed up.
You haven't even seen that most of the movies on this.
Okay, list. Face Off was a great movie, and I can't stand Nicolas Cage. Won't watch a movie that man's in. He gives me the ick so bad. But Face Off was phenomenal. Okay,
it was a good movie. You have to see the movies on this list though to say that to get poopy pants that you're.
I'm not getting poopy pants. I'm just saying I feel like. Mission Impossible, again, not a huge Tom Cruise person, but
that's a cool movie. They had a Metallica song on there too. That came out when I was in 7th grade because I used to go see the movie at the mall, and we'd sit at the back with my girlfriend and just make out the whole time.
Gross. What about Backdraft?
What is that? I don't.
That was the firefighter movie.
I haven't seen that.
Oh my God! It had one of the Baldwin brothers in it, if I remember correctly. Don't ask me which one because they all look the same. William Baldwin. Great.
I don't know.
Clear and Present Danger. Oh man, see, I've seen some of these and they were great. Armageddon's on the list. I don't think so. That whole movie was terrible.
I can't believe you haven't seen The Matrix.
I mean, I know about it. I've just never seen it. I've seen bits of it. It's like Harry Potter. I've seen bits of it. I've never sat and watched the whole thing because why would I? But like,
anyway,
what was on his list that you were disputing?
He was saying, well, see, that's part of the night that I blocked out. He said, All Bangers T2. Heat is a good movie. He said it's a good plane movie. Whenever he's on there.
There's nothing else to watch.
He said, what the hell did he say? I'm trying to remember one of his. Terminator 2. James Cameron is. T2 is like such a badass movie. 90s. Oh, he said Total Recall.
Okay, I have seen that. And he's not, I mean, yeah.
And then, Die Hard. Yeah, he put Die Hard in there. And what else did he say? I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, it was a long night. I didn't get much done on Saturday.
Anyway, what has this got to do with Nothing But Thieves?
Oh, because during that night, it was right after we had that discussion.
Yeah.
We were all in an Uber. We're heading out, and we had driven by a concert venue, and Nothing But Thieves was playing. And I took a picture. I was like, "Oh my gosh, wait a minute, Kaz Potts. She hates everything but likes Nothing But Thieves." And so I took a picture of it to remind myself. And then so then I sent it to you, and then you're like,
honestly, I will tell you this. If I was not going to be away, I would 100% come and see that show with you. Because because I know that you like them too. Maybe not as much as I like them, but I like them, and it would be a good time. It would be legit, like for real. I would come, even though ideally I want to come to Red Rocks is what I really want. So I haven't been there for a show yet, but I would 100% come out to see them. But I'm still going to be away. Lacey sent me a thing yesterday, and there was a new Venom movie coming out. And
really?
Venom. Yeah, it comes out on the 25th of October, and I also will be away from that. So I was like, well, either you're going to have to wait or someone else will take you because we're going to be away.
There's a new Deadpool too.
Yeah, I just don't know when that one's coming out.
I thought it was. Oh wow, it's pretty soon. I thought it was 4th of July. I thought
that's the one with Hugh Jackman.
That's Wolverine, but yes, I think they're both in that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're both in it together, aren't they?
You've seen Deadpool, though, right?
I have seen Deadpool, yeah. Because who hasn't? Because that's funny as F.
Yeah, but you haven't seen Matrix. Like, yeah, that's a great movie.
I'm just not. I'm not a huge movie person.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. I'm looking at Red Rocks concerts right now. Widespread Panic. Ooh, Shrek Film on the Rocks. That'll be good.
I think I already looked, and I didn't think there was any.
Third Eye Blind. Hell yeah.
They're not. They can't still be going, dude.
Somehow they got Red Rocks.
Damn.
It's already played. June 26th. 311. Blues Traveler. Hell yeah. Anyway,
that is enough about 90s movies that I have not seen, which is most of them.
Every single one.
I remember, real quick before we go into the episode, I remember I was living with my old roommate, my friend Kelly, and she is queen of 80s, like John Hughes movies, which, like, I'm thinking like Pretty in Pink, and I don't know the names of any of the others. And I remember she's like, this is ridiculous that you haven't seen any of these. And she would make me sit and watch like all of these like very classic 80s movies that I
never got into those. Not my thing.
Oh, and there's other like classics I've never seen, like the horror movies, like whatever Jason is in and something, whatever they are. I don't know what they are either. There's a hockey guy mask thing guy.
Yeah, I think that's Jason. There's Freddy with the things on his...
There's a guy with a stripy jumper.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, moving on from my severe lack of I would never win Trivial Pursuit, let's talk about this episode. And we are going to talk about 5 user experience challenges for Dispensary SEO. And we're not just going to give you the challenges because that would be messed up, although funny. We're actually going to give you the solution to them as well. So you know if you're doing them wrong and how to fix them. And I will start this off by saying that a lot of times, because when you do SEO, when you're in like website world or even advertising world to an extent, you can get really, really critical of like websites. It's like if you're ever proofreading, like I used to proofread a lot. And now whenever I read a book or I read something, like errors, they just stand out so obvious, whether it's grammatical or spelling, whatever it might be. And I think the same has happened with like websites and SEO. And I don't know if you find this as well, but like when you click on a website that's got nothing to do with work whatsoever, and you see it and you're like, oh, because it's just so bad, or you can see where they're just not doing like the most basic of things. And like, does it get on your nerves now when you see that?
Oh yeah, like so much. And it's just, I mean, we look at websites all day, right? And it's kind of like, why is this here? Why is it? I get poopy pants when, like, if I want to shop, if I want to buy something from a website, I get so frustrated when I cannot just check out. I want this product. Here's my credit card. Just take it. Like, just take my money. And these websites make it so freaking hard sometimes to do that.
Yeah. You're like, I just want to find the cart, and the cart's like the smallest icon they have on their page, and you just can't see it anymore.
Oh my gosh, like what the hell? Like, what are they doing? Drives me bonkers.
That or just straight laziness. Just straight laziness of like 10 minutes of work, and this could have just all been better, you know, like Oh, it's so good.
One simple change of like shop now or like category pages, which we'll get into, or like product pages, which we'll get into. Just make it easy for people to shop.
Yeah. I always think in my brain, ELI5. Like sometimes I even say that to you. I know I sent you something last week and I was like, can you explain what this means? Because I like sometimes I just don't understand. I had read something, was on a Reddit forum. Oh, actually, it was about, so the last episode we did, I think we talked about it in the last episode about the Google leak. And so I had read something on Reddit about this Google leak and I didn't understand what they were specifically talking about. So I sent it to you and I was like, can you just break this down for me and explain what this means? And like, there's a whole subreddit called ELI5, Explain Like I'm 5. And it's not necessarily that your verbiage or your content on your website needs to be like you're talking to a 5-year-old, but the structure of your website and the ease of using it needs to be like a 5-year-old was using it, because you want it to be super, super easy for your visitors and your clients and your potential clients and customers to be able to do what they want on your site. So in my brain, I'm always like ELI5, because it's easier that way.
So what would you say is the first challenge then for these dispensary websites?
Well, I mean, in no particular order of like, this is the worst, this is the best. I would definitely say, like, when I'm clicking onto your website, like, don't make it take 5 minutes to load up.
So
like, don't do that to me, because I'm not a patient person at the best of times. A website shouldn't take forever to download, or even like the homepage comes up, but like then the rest of it's like you get like maybe the first banner and then the rest of it's just like not loading, or it's taking forever to load, or whatever it might be. Like, I don't have the patience and the tolerance for that on any level at all.
So the technical aspect of it is just shit. Like whether that's hosting, usually it's elements on the site like images, bloated code, carousels, video, could be hosting too. So the solution to that is compress the images, go through like tinypng.com, compress all the images, get rid of carousels, get rid of those stupid elements. Generally, animations are bloated elements too that really serve a purpose, and videos typically slow down websites as well. So solution is get rid of that garbage on there and then run it through like Google Page Speed Insights or GTmetrix. Run it through those two tools. Do like a before and after and just optimize from there. But typically it's big images that are not compressed and then videos.
And I will say this, I understand that website design is super subjective, right? I get that. I personally really like a clean look, a clean website, because you can still have a lot of content on your website and indeed on your homepage without it looking like you just threw up every piece of knowledge you wanted to impart onto your visitors in one go. Like, you can absolutely achieve that. I am very much a clean aesthetic type person. I personally hate a really busy homepage. And what I mean by that is you've got maybe a carousel at the top that's got videos on it. Then you've got, like, as you move down the page, something just splats onto the page with another image, and then something else just shows up and fades away. And like, first of all, that is like an assault to the eyeballs and the brain. But second of all, it's doing you no good service when it comes to your site speed whatsoever. And third of all, when there's that much crap on your homepage, your visitors don't know where to look, and you're not really doing a good job of directing them where you want them to go, which is ultimately to buy your product. It's just not happening. While it's subjective, it's also not subjective.
Really, it's the elements on a homepage, and it's like, why is somebody landing on your homepage? It's for a specific reason. So just make that as easy as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
For them to accomplish why they're there in the first place.
Exactly.
What would you say number 2 is then?
I would say another one would be, like, for user experience, you want to make sure that your website works well on a PC or a Mac, on a tablet or an iPad, and on a cell phone. So mobile, you want it to translate just as well into mobile, actually probably better, because you'll find there's more people that use mobiles than anything else, just as well on those as it does on a computer, on a desktop.
What was I looking for? I think I was looking for biking gloves the other day. I don't remember what I was looking for, but I came across a website that wasn't mobile optimized, and I was just like, what the fuck Like, what is going on right now? Like, we're in
How does that
2024.
happen though? That has to be laziness, right? That can't be anything else.
I have no idea how that happens. It blew my brain apart. I couldn't even. I was like, what the? Obviously, I'm not going to shop there, and that leads to speaking of the Google leak and components of ranking factors, one of the thousands and thousands old websites, as in like outdated and just old websites.
Yeah.
Those are going to be de-indexed and vulnerable. So Google doesn't like that. And obviously it's whatever they say goes. And they're looking for authoritative websites that provide the best experience for their users. And outdated websites are not it. So those are going bye-bye. So mobile optimization is key, of course. I feel like that's a given though. I think kind of going off of that for number 3, I would say the biggest, at least to me, I think it's, because I'm impatient. I get poopy pants when I just can't find what I'm looking for. And like, I know exactly what it is, but it's somewhere in this website kind of thing.
Yep.
Intuitive navigation, just UX as a whole, and site structure.
Mm-hmm.
So if I pull up a dispensary's website in, let's just say Michigan, there should be an age verification. Okay. And then behind that, yes, I'm old enough to enter the website, or no, and it spits me out to Google.
Yep.
And then behind that, maybe like a pop-up from Alpine IQ, like a loyalty platform. Okay. Ask for my email. Cool. I get like 10, 20% off my first purchase. Sweet. You have my information. And then where is it that I'm shopping? I'm shopping in like Grand Rapids. Okay. That's my set location. So my name, my email, my location, and my preferred shopping location is all like locked into the website.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all I have to worry about is, what do I want? Do I want some pre-rolls? Do I want some flour? Whatever that is. But it's kind of a pain in the ass. I don't really like doing it either. I just want to shop and get out. But once you set it up, those first 2 steps, email and location, then each subsequent visit, you just get in and out. And I think having that set up properly is very important. So again, age verification, cover your ass, age verification, and then asking for your email through your loyalty provider, and then asking the user where they want to shop, and then just make it super easy with like categories, pre-rolls, flour, concentrates, edibles.
Yeah, but it needs to be like click, 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 not like, you know what I mean? Not something that's going to take forever to find where I need to be. I know obviously like the age verification is a pop-up thing and you can't go anywhere without that. So that's easy. It's a yes or a no, right? That's it.
Right.
It's kind of weird that they're not asking for a birth date anymore, which obviously you can fake, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying it used to be you'd have to enter your birth date or at least your birth year or something.
Yeah.
Which I'm not complaining about because I much prefer just to click, click, click than have to type something. But
yeah, that's true. Just like as less friction as possible, depending on, of course, on where the dispensary is located.
Yeah.
But yeah, and key from there, once you're in, is to start that funnel. So having product category pages set up, like we said, of flour, pre-rolls, concentrates, whatever it is. Maybe they just want some merch or something like that. Just make it super easy. Filter it down. Don't use an iframe menu. Use deep links, Mosaic or Chain Boost, and all of that is taken care of for you. So just make it really easy. Picture somebody, just because I kind of get this way, like I joke with my girlfriend, I've said this before, I would, I mean, not in a literal sense, but she's like, yeah, you would like pay like an Uber Eats guy to come in or a person to come in and just like put the plate of, like walk into your kitchen and put your food on a plate for you and peel the crust off and like put a napkin on your lap. And I was like, yeah, I mean,
he's not wrong.
Yeah, there's just times where I just don't want to do that stuff. And so if I'm looking to shop, I want as less friction as possible. So when these elements are on your website, shocking, your sales are going to improve. So just make it super simple. So intuitive navigation is a big challenge. So again, solution, have categories on your page, and we'd have brands on your page too, like that, depending on your market, like Missouri, Michigan, have very well-known brands pages. And then you can filter those on your back end with deep links to your menu provider.
Do you know what, like, I mean, I'd have to go and look at way more dispensary websites than I already do. But you know what kills me in my wallet? And I'm going to use Sephora as an example of this, right? But I never really used to shop at Sephora. I mean, I did, but not like it'd be here and there sporadically. But lately it's been stealing a lot of my money. And you know what gets me is their loves option or their favorites option. So say you were looking at lip balm, right? Because it's right next to me. and you go through and you see all these different brands and different colors and different types and oils and balms and whatever. And you just can go through and you can click love, 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 love. And then like I'll find myself at night when I'm bored or whatever, and I'm just going through all my loves and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just add that to my cart. And I'll just add that to my cart. Like having a whole list of things that you either know categorically that you really like and you will rebuy, which happens, like it's a lot of products that I rebuy because, you know, once I've run out, but I also have a ton of products on there that I want to try. And so if I'm like, oh, Sephora's just given me a 20% off coupon. Oh, here's a whole long list of shit that I really am interested in that's already prepared for me. And all I have to do is move it to the cart. It's so fucking dangerous. And it's one of those, again, it's the user experience, right? Because I don't have to spend hours trawling through the site, finding the lip gloss that I want, because I've already done the work. It's sitting right there. Now they've sent me a 20% off coupon. Oh, how easy is it for me to now go and move that and buy it? Do you know what I mean? So it's a whole host of like user experiences rolled into one that is now going to generate them more revenue from me because it's so easy to do it.
If I got a newsletter or email newsletter and it said, buy your Trestle Pass right here before the price increases, I think that's might have, I think that's what happened actually. Like I click on the button and then like I can put in my credit card information right there, like literally at that next screen.
Right there. Exactly. Literally, I just opened the Sephora app while I was listening to you talk. And the first thing that pops up is attention, new arrivals. And it's new to me. And I'm one of like specific people that can use it because I have a specific level of like their beauty program or whatever. So now it's the first thing I'm seeing. I feel like I'm getting exclusive access to something, right? And it's right there and boom. It's just so easy. That's exactly how they get you. Like the fact that you can buy something before someone else can get it, and you can buy it at a price that someone else isn't getting it. Of course, you're going to go ahead and buy that pass because why would you not do that? You know, it's like, it's right there.
Good point. You know who's really good at that too is 1-800-CONTACTS.
Oh, I don't wear contacts, so I've never
used it. Oh,
but they're just as good.
It's like, oh my gosh, it's so good that it's like so simple. I thought it was almost like kind of shitty at first. Like it says our 72-hour flash sale has arrived. Back again. There's a button that says back again.
Yeah.
Or first time here. First time here, 25% off your first order.
Dang, that's nice. That's solid.
Back again. Okay, I'm going to sign in. And then once you sign in, it says, do you want to purchase your last prescription for 6 months for this price? Yes or no? Or do you want more?
See, I mean,
they got me. Yeah, they got me.
Did they?
Yeah, they got me. I got.
But that's like the sign of people that really get it. Do you know what I mean? Like they really get it. You don't want to
in and out.
It's like, oh, I'm down to my last pack of like contact lenses, and you've put off and you've put off and you've put off buying them. But if you knew that the experience of buying contact lenses was that quick and that easy, right? You'd be like, oh, I'm just going to order it while I'm like waiting for DoorDash to come. Ping pong, done. You know? Because it's that easy. That's so how they get you to come back, because they are that easy. And that's ultimately what you want. And not only that, but now you've just told me about 1-800-CONTACTS and all of our listeners about it. So now it's going to be in their brain like, oh, this company gets it. Like this company is good. I'm going to go check them out. You know, so word of mouth is just as good as everything else. Actually, it's better in a lot of times.
Right. I think another big challenge is, well, like backing up, like step one is just making sure that people can find your dispensary. So it's critical to make sure that your website is on Google, and you can do that by going into Google Search Console. Once you get that loaded up and set up and everything, it's a simple process. On the left-hand side at the top, you'll see URL inspection. Click on that, paste in your website address, hit enter, and it's going to retrieve data from Google, and it will tell you, yes, you're on Google, or no, you're not. If you're not, you can take the necessary steps to put it on Google. And usually it's just on the right-hand side, there's like a little like window, and it says request indexing. Usually you just click that and it takes care of it for you. But that's how you check it's even on Google in the first place. And then once you're on Google, then you can optimize it with like keywords in your H1, and then your title tags and your meta descriptions, and then, you know, compress the images and basically everything we just talked about. But step one is to make sure it's even like Google even knows about you. That's step one.
Yeah, otherwise all of this is kind of pointless.
Yeah, otherwise it's just lost and you're just like wasting your time. So yeah, step one is just making sure that you are in fact on Google.
Excellent. And then I guess lastly, and this is a big one, folks, content. Oh, don't just put up shit. Like, you want to make sure that your content is engaging enough to keep your readers onto your website to actually read it. But probably more importantly than that is that you want to make sure that your content is what people are looking for. And so if they are Googling difference between indica and sativa and your page comes up, that page better be about indica and sativa and not something else. Or it has that one paragraph in it, but then something else is there. You need to make sure that your pages are informative, that they're engaging, that the information on there is accurate. You want to make sure that it's easy to read, that it's not full of like industry jargon that your average consumer is not going to understand.
It's not AI.
Oh, yeah. Big one. Not AI, because Google will not like that. Have a couple of images in there. Don't forget your alt text. Make sure that on the page it looks good. So you have obviously your headers, your paragraph headers, that it just visually looks good on a page. Also, I will tell you this, I will not read blocks and blocks and blocks of text with no paragraphs or not well thought out spatial things. So yeah, it's great. You could just throw up a bunch of verbiage and content, but if it's not structurally making any sense, it's not engaging, it's not what people want, it's not going to benefit you in any manner whatsoever.
Yeah, then all of your efforts are basically going nowhere and you're not going to make any money, and then your competitors are just going to take over the market.
Yep.
And
100%.
that's no. So yeah, making sure that your content is good and clean, like you said, I mean, that's critical. So yeah, I think I would say that's one of the biggest, if not the biggest. Well, other than index, you got to make sure your website can be found first of all, and then your content. Yeah, I'd say that's about it, huh? I think that's those are the most critical issues.
Yeah, I think so. I believe we're at the end of our 5 issues, which means we're at the end of our podcast. Off track slightly. Just a reminder that this weekend is the Canadian Grand Prix, which is very exciting. And in other news, and you might want to break this to your girlfriend because I guarantee she hasn't heard this yet, Red Bull, shockingly, and I don't mean that sarcastically, have just confirmed they have re-signed Checo Perez to a 2-year extension, which I did not see that coming. I thought maybe a year if he got one at all. That's shocking. The ramifications for Danny Rick for that, probably not great. Anyway, off track, but exciting news. What are you doing this weekend?
So there's a restaurant a girlfriend and I have been talking about going to. It's near a buddy's place. So I'm going to see if my buddy and his girl want to go. So we're going to go to this restaurant, and then I need to get back on this bike and just get it.
What type of restaurant? You can't just say a restaurant and then not talk about what kind of food it is.
I think it's like high-end Italian food, I believe.
Oh, okay.
There's some like popular chef in the Colorado culinary communities there. So I'm just like, all right. I mean, honestly, like, you know me, I eat like a fucking sewer rat. So
little trash panda, literal, like will eat you out of everything you have in your kitchen at 2 a.m. Trash panda.
So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna look at that and get on my bike. I need to get over this. I still have this mental block in my head because I tore my shoulder, broke my hand, cracked my shoulder blade, ripped open my elbow, got a concussion. I still have like this, I don't know if fear is the right word. I'm just apprehensive on the bike of like going over jumps and gaps now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Though.
I still need to get over that. So I want to do that. And I don't think the finals start this week. I think they start next week. I think the teams have some time off. So we do have a friend have a housewarming party. I think that's in 2 weeks though. But anyway, yeah, just getting on the bike, getting outside. It's nicer weather here in Denver. So yeah, that's about it.
Nice.
What about you?
Well, probably boating, probably watching the Grand Prix. I forgot to tell you this, but I tried Wingstop for the first time the other day.
You like it? You don't like anything though.
I actually surprisingly liked it.
You're near Tampa. Like there's so many better options out there.
Oh no, it wasn't like we weren't like, oh, let's all go out for dinner and get dressed up. We were just like, oh, let's find something to eat. I tried Wingstop, and I will say people have been raving about their ranch dressing that they have, or ranch dip, or I don't know what the technical term for it is. I will tell you that shit slaps hard. It's really good. Like,
really?
And who would have thought? Like, it's just ranch dressing, right? People talk about, what's that chicken place where they've got like only 2 things on the menu, chicken and garlic bread. I can't remember whatever that place is.
I don't know.
People talk about their dipping sauce all the time. I can't remember the name of it. I wish I could. Can't remember it. But anyway, they literally have chicken. They have fried chicken, toast, like garlic toast and fries on the menu, and that's it. But people talk about their dipping sauce for their chicken. It is not that. It's not. That's not all that. But the ranch dressing at Wingstop is phenomenal. Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, let's go out and eat type thing. It was just, we were hungry, let's get a snack. I will tell you, surprisingly, I liked it. And I don't like a lot of things, as you know, but it was pretty
like anything. Interesting.
Yeah, so if you want good ranch dressing, hit it up.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done with you now. You're annoying me, so I have to go now.
Whatever. Okay.
I have to go find food for lunch. I'm hungry.
You can send me something too. You're 2 hours ahead of me.
You're about to leave, so
yeah, I'm going to a sleep specialist. I gotta get my brain fixed.
No, that's going to take a lot more than a sleep specialist.
Okay, anyway, we're out.
Okay, bye.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the High Rankings podcast, brought to you by Dispensary-Growth, the preeminent SEO agency for dispensaries. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you found value in the insight and the tips we shared. If you did, please hit that subscribe button. And if you're feeling super generous, we would love it if you left us a review. If there's a specific topic you'd like us to cover in a future episode, or if you have any questions, you can go ahead and find us on LinkedIn or YouTube. We'll see you next time.